Hello and welcome this morning to the Wednesday morning Rise and Shine practice. I'd like to welcome you to this practice this morning. If this is your first time here with us and you're watching it on a replay, you want to take a moment and look beneath you into the description box below this video, and you will find the worksheets that we're working from. You can choose either the spiritual neutral or the Christ-based one, and that will give you the format of what we're using for our daily practice. If you want to join us live, there's also links on there where you can register to be with us live. We do this practice Monday through Thursday, 5:30 a.m. live together, and then there are replays available for your support throughout the weekend. So we begin our time together in the way that we're invited to begin all of our moments of conscious awareness, and that is to first pause and take a moment to notice how we're connected to and supported by the place where we are seated. Let's go ahead and take a moment and notice, how is your body held by the place that you're seated? And as you are noticing that place where you are the most held, you want to go ahead and write down that body part into your journal. Maybe even draw it on the diagram. And then you want to take a moment to notice what does that quality of support feel like? And you want to draw that on your diagram and write that down in your journal. And we're taking a moment to notice this experience belongs to me. This gift belongs to me. And then from that place, you want to take a moment and notice what is the challenge that you are facing into today. And then from that place, we're going to take a moment and we're going to look into the room. You're going to look behind you. You're just beginning to open and establish a little bit more width in your emotional sensory core. You're looking to the ceiling and to the floor, very gently in and around your space. And then we want to take a moment we're coming back, we're going to refresh our awareness of what is that quality of support that you're being provided. And you want to notice, how does your mind see yourself facing into that? You're going to take a moment and refresh your awareness of the support that you're being provided. And notice how that begins to change or grow. And then you want to take a moment and notice, how do you speak about this quality of challenge? And then what is your impulse to behave as you face into this challenge? And what are the emotions and the sensations that are evoked when you experience this challenge? So you want to feel that emotion and how that comes alive within your system. And you can just press, we want to let it come alive to our skin. We want to let it actually be felt in our body to the best of our capacity. And we do that, we can press our arms down into our legs. and our legs up into our arms. And then we're taking a moment and allowing yourself to recognize, how does your breathing respond? And in the past, when you have faced a similar challenge like this, and again, you're noticing your quality of support and how does that continually grow or move through your system. And the present challenge makes you think, what is going to happen in the future? So you can notice what begins to happen in your system. We're going to actually do a movement into a 10-minute rest. And so let's go ahead and stand up. And we want to do this movement. We're actually going to do two movements. So as you stand, you're going to feel again the quality of support from this position. And you want to first just be moving your arms up and down but seeing if you can really make space for that quality of support. And when we're moving, we're really protecting that challenge, the experience of the challenge. And then take a moment. And then we're going to stand with our legs wide. And we're moving our hips side to side. And one last one, we're going to be rotating. You're trying to make room for the challenge and for the support. Good. And then slow it down. And we're going to move into a rest position. This is actually going to be a 5-minute rest. I'll set my timer. You guys can also set your timers. We want to be containing and allowing the aliveness of the challenge to find a new place to flow in our body in a way that is organized and cared for through the power of the support that we're feeling. So you're going to come back to your seated position. And now we're going to be bringing that aliveness to God. So you're refreshing. How do I feel connected to the support now? You want to draw that. How does that keep growing? And we're holding how we see it. We're holding our brains in this support. And what is the response that you receive? And then we're holding how do we speak about it? And then how do you behave? And the emotions and the sensations that are evoked when you work with this. And then notice how your breathing responds to it. And in the past, when you have faced into a challenge like this, notice what that played out as. And then we're taking a moment and we're turning ourselves to that divine mystery in conversation even more deeply. So think of it, if you're coming from the spiritual neutral practice, think of it as this is the wisdom, the living wisdom that holds our body cells together and holds our body together. And if I get cut, it repairs that cut. It knows the wisdom to do that. I don't know how to do that. I'm not going to get in there and start managing where my white blood cells go and what elements I need to prepare a cut. I don't know that. None of us know that. So the same is true for when there is a cut in the divine body through relationship, through our behavior. But there is a very specific wisdom that can lead us into how do I show up as a little cell in the body whole, and what am I invited to do to participate in the wholeness, in establishing wholeness for the separation that I'm feeling in these different relationships or within these circumstances. The separation from my purpose. What is my purpose for the body whole? Not for me, for the body whole. And I am to be giving something. I am to be contributing something. I'm going to be receiving the support. And if I can receive the support that I'm being given, then I will naturally, organically be able to then outpour what I'm being given versus me going and trying to manage every circumstance from my individual, what am I getting out of it? How does this relate to me? Perspective. People who are coming from the Christ-based tradition, we are literally asking Jesus, show me how to be in relationship with these things that are weighing heavy on me today. Show me how to be with this aliveness in a way that that I am able to be a part of the wholeness that can be established here. So if you're coming from the spiritual neutral or from the Christ tradition, take a moment and just bow your head, bow your heart, bow your body to that power. That's the power that keeps the solar systems in place. We are not the one who keeps the solar systems in place, but we are part of the possibilities that can unfold. We're asking, show me how to walk here. And then take a moment and write down what you experience. And we're going to go back into another 10-minute rest and then have a very short integration. So go ahead and make your way back into the rest position so you're seeing what you're being invited to do. And now you want to rest and let that It's kind of like baking a cake. I got to let it set so that it can come together. And then we'll come back and discuss it. So go ahead and make your way back into your rest position. We're going to do that for 10 minutes. Begin to move our body very gently. Notice which parts of your body were able to take that in. Notice which parts of yourself were able to take that in. And how that changes when you go back and you look at what you're going to be invited to do today. So how was that? How was that for you all this morning? So they may still be asleep. So one of the things that is really helpful for those of you who are watching this on the replay is to be able to come into, so we're taking that aliveness, that what we call in the nervous system, that sympathetic charge, which is essentially my intense experience that shows up, but it's not yet able to be held. And I'm using movement to organize that. I'm wanting that to be held. I'm wanting it to be organized. I want to bring all of it in through the power that I'm being given in that day, and then allow it to move through its process of integration. There's a lot of steps to this, but it's really amazing once your nervous system begins to be able to take this in and be able to then rest in that and then move forward in your day. The two things that I did not incorporate into practice this morning, but that are a part of this practice, is the stretch. Usually we're doing like a 3-minute stretch. If it's one, like if I'm just leaning forward, there's like a one-sided stretch. Then if it's two sides to the stretch, like I'm doing a right side and a left side, it's 3 minutes each. And then the Theragun. So I'm doing the stretch to see where my system is still really bracing or resisting the aliveness from coming in, both the aliveness of the support and the aliveness of the current challenge I'm facing. Those two are meant to come together in my body. So when I stretch, I'm opening up just a little bit more space so that more can come in. And I'm using the Theragun to help care for the way that aliveness has been stuck, that chaos has been stuck in my body. I want to bring oxygen to it. I want to bring lymphatic flow to it. I want to bring breath to it and a resonance of relationship to it so that it can then, when I move into the rest position, it can reconfigure and come into a state of rest. And then that drives my rest deeper. And so in these morning practices, we're trying to really lightly touch on each of those points. For those of you who are in the spiritual neutral class, when you're looking at, okay, where can I go listen to a song or read any book, anything, and listen to how is God speaking to me through that? There's going to be more gifts. There's going to be more aliveness that is coming to support you in your process of participating in establishing whole in the body, not just in your own self, but in the body, because we are one little cell in the body whole. If we're coming from the Christ practice, we're saying from in the body of Christ. So you'd want to still do your Theragun, you'd want to still do your stretch today at some point. All right, well, we did it. Pretty good, guys, an hour and 2 minutes. I hope you guys have an excellent day. I look forward to seeing you when it suits your schedule next. For those of you who are listening on a replay, we do have live classes every Monday through Thursday, both at 5:30 a.m. for the morning practice and at 8:30 p.m. for the evening practice. And I hope that you can join us when that suits your schedule. Also, today is Wednesday, and we have our advanced classes. Those are at 10:45 for the people who are doing the massage therapy training, the somatic massage therapy training, and at 12 o'clock for those who are just diving deeper into the relationship with the mystery of that living divine. I hope to see you guys whenever it suits your schedule and wherever you're ready to dive more deeply. And I bow my head to make space for each of us to give thanks to that living power that holds us, that carries us and moves us, that consciousness that is always moving us towards wholeness. For me, I name that power my Jesus, my God, and my Holy Spirit. Thank you very much. I will see you guys soon. Take care.